Donna show. Today is our very Halloween special, our very happy Halloween special. We are here at Champs, right off of Mesa Road in 400. Oh, hello. We just got some feedback there. All right, right off of 400 here in Roswell / Alpharetta. It's right on the line. We had just got done talking to Ed, who's the general manager here at Champs, because this whole night tonight, the huge costume benefit party for St. Jude's Children with Cancer, it is on tonight. Not only is it on tonight, it is on right now, because you can come here. I see people walking in as we're on air. You can come here right now and come pick up some free drinks, free food, the Herbalicious.
Yeah, they brought me back.
That's a drink, by the way, not a person. But it is named for a person, which is Herb Mesa of the Next Food Network star, longtime friend now, apparently, of the Dish and the Donna show. How are you?
I'm doing good today.
So this is like your 8th time you have a show, 5th.
I think I'm part of the panel now.
Now, what are you dressed as today?
I was supposed to be Clint Eastwood, but everybody just keeps calling me a Mexican.
Clint Eastwood?
You know, maybe I'm too old. Outlaw Josie Wales. Anybody know? Remember that? It's not Spider-Man who just walked in. Everybody knows it's Spider-Man.
There is a Spider-Man that just walked in the door. Clint Eastwood. I don't remember him wearing a poncho and looking like a Mexican.
There's actually someone here who's dressed as Herb Mesa. Can you believe that? Someone actually dressed like Herb Mesa.
That's Herb Mesa. That would be Brian, by the way, behind the cameras. Hilarious. All right, Herb, this past week you had a blog on foodnetwork.com.
Yes, I did.
And it was a blog about tricking your children into eating something nutritious for Halloween, right?
Well, kids are going to eat candy that time of the year. You can't stop it.
And so are adults.
And so are adults. And you can't stop that from happening because you want to have treats. But I find this is a good time to try to hide something healthy, or what I call hide the broccoli.
Hide the broccoli.
So you're giving them something that's good for them, but they don't know because you're hiding it. So I made these microbiotic cupcakes. Basically, microbiotic means your diet's mainly of grains, no meats.
Microbiotic.
Microbiotic.
Now, a lot of people are actually trying to play around with this type of stuff. I mean, there's even some restaurants in downtown. It is very trendy. There's some restaurants downtown that have a microbiotic menu.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Right.
Let's not get carried away. I want a cheeseburger. I want bread. I want meat.
But it is mostly cooking with grains. So you're looking at a cupcake that is mainly made with grains for the children.
It's flour. There's no lard. There's no meat products inside the cupcake.
So how do you hide the taste from the kids?
It tastes good. It's actually it's a really good cupcake. You make a frosting that you make with Smart Balance butter, so it's not like you're not having butter with cocoa powder, and it's sweetened. So it's sweetened with agave. So it's a good cupcake. And then when you drizzle some peanut butter cups or M&Ms on top of it.
So you're allowed to do that?
Yes, of course. You kind of have to play a 50-50. A little bit of bad, a little bit of good.
That's funny because in the tips that I'm about to share with all you guys.
Nobody can live that way. You got to live reality.
Nah, it says that parents can actually trick their kids into eating, as long as they eat half healthy, and just have a little bit of the simple side.
Yes.
Then at least that way they're still getting the nutrition. They still get to feel like they're eating the
right. If you're going to have pizza with a salad.
Right, I guess so.
Yeah.
Meat breadsticks. Really?
What?
We're talking to the energy chef again of Food Network. All right. Well, you're a parent.
Yes, I am.
You have two
daughters.
Little girls.
2 girls, 11 and 9, or 12 and 9, or she's now 16. Seems like.
Well, what do you do? Is there anything specific on Halloween that you do to ration what they're allowed to eat or what they're not to eat? Being the energy chef.
Yes. We definitely do the dump onto the table.
Okay.
We sort through the candy. The stuff they don't want, we give away. They get to have their little pumpkins or wherever they're going to keep their candies that they want to eat. And they usually get tired of eating the candy by day 3 because they've had their fair share of it. How much more are they going to have? So the candy usually winds up going stale because you don't eat it because there's so much of it.
And besides, you find different ways to hide it into the other types of desserts for them.
Right. And I like to pack them in my own lunch.
Well, I looked online. Here you go. I looked online and I found all these different options. The 5 number 1 things that parents can do to help the sugar shock of their children.
This sounds good.
So I want to get your feedback on this because I have not yet prepped you on this at all. Okay, so here we go.
So my answers that you may hear.
So the number 1 tip to try and get your children, no matter what age, no matter whether they're young or if they're teenagers, hello, sometimes they're teenagers, that's even worse. So what you might want to do is the first thing, before they go out trick-or-treating, is you want to fill them with a healthy, full dinner. What do you think?
That's a good one.
Really?
Yes, I like that one.
Do you do that one?
Of course we do.
Okay, because the options when,
It's dinner time before you go trick-or-treating, so you have to have
We
dinner.
didn't do that. My mom, who's in the audience, hi,
She's
Mom.
just throwing you under the bus.
She totally let us just go all out and not have to eat anything beforehand. We came back and we ate as much as we wanted.
Really?
Yes, Mom. To the listener, she's actually out there looking at me. Okay, so that's tip number 1, is make sure that your kids have a big, full, healthy meal of chicken, fish, salad, vegetables. Fill them up on all the healthy
Don't forget
stuff.
to have them drink lots of water.
Tons of water before they go out. Okay, tip number 2.
But make sure they go to the bathroom after they drink all that water, because then you're going to turn it back around really quick.
Moving on to tip number 2. What you do is when the kids come back, you know they're going to be eating everything. So it says one of the fun things that you can do, not only for your children because of the sugar shock, but also to bond with them, is to crank up their favorite music and just dance as hard as you can possibly dance and have a blast on Halloween night to get all that energy out, and then they'll just crash for bed.
I've never done that, but that sounds like a good one.
It's on Halloween.com, people,
Wow.
if you want these tips.
Amazing things you can find out there.
Hello, Internet. Okay, so that's number 2, is when your kids come back in, bond with them and let them shake it off by just
I
cranking
used
up
to
the
bond
music.
with them by sharing candy.
Right.
Like, can I have this one? Can I have that one? That's bonding.
And then you take the ones that you want. My poor sisters, Trisha and Lindy, I love you, but my poor sisters, I would be like, so, do you see that candy over there? And then I would snag whatever I wanted from their pile. I did. I
just
really
wait till they
did.
put their baskets down and take what I want.
Okay, let's keep going. Tip number 3, to make sure that your children do not have a sugar shock no matter how old they are. It says, you know what? Actually, cut them some slack. Expect that they're going to be a little crazy for the next night or 2 because it lasts. It stays in your system.
I think I said that.
Yeah, so it says that these symptoms will pass. They're just temporary, and go ahead and allow some leniency.
By the 3rd day, they're over the candy.
Like, just prepare your mind. It's going to be crazy for a minimum 24/7. All right, number 4. And this is the one that made me laugh when I was reading it. Halloween.com. Number 4, ration what your children eat by throwing away what you don't want them to eat when they're in bed at night.
That is wrong. Don't throw it away. Keep it for yourself.
The point is taking it away from your kids when they don't even realize because they've got so much stuff. They've got so much stuff.
They won't even notice.
Exactly, that's the point, that they won't even notice. And that way you're actually cutting out. And then, of course, the explanation goes on to obesity and diabetes and all these other things. But, I mean, honestly, if every year, if you literally just take out chunks of what they get, would you do that as a parent?
I don't know. I feel sneaky enough eating the candy out of their baskets when they go to sleep. So I don't know about taking them and throwing it out.
I don't know about your kids, but I know that when I grew up, I mean, I literally would have one of those huge bags. It wasn't like a little
pillowcase.
No. Oh yeah, the pillowcase.
I did the pillowcase.
That's a lot of
yes.
food. Now
That's how old I am. We used the pillowcase.
We did the bags, and then like the cute little lunchbox type things came later. Okay, last one. And then I'm sure you already do this, Herb Mesa of the Food Network. Become a cautious candy detective. It says for the parents to actually go and check out the candy, figure out which one is actually worse.
Yep.
So even though neither of them are going to be good,
pick out the better ones.
Right. It's the worst of the 2 evils. Which one is the worst? Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Can you give an example?
If you look at most candies, they have high fructose corn syrup.
I've heard about that. And red food coloring.
So if those ingredients are the ones furthest to start of the ingredients list, those are the ones that are the worst. So those are the ones that should go.
Do you have any examples? Do you know off the top of your head?
No.
Please don't say Reese's Pieces.
No, those are too bad.
Those are my favorite.
I was afraid there. I might offend somebody by saying the wrong candy.
All right, well, we have got to cut to a quick commercial break, but you're here for the rest of the hour.
Yeah, making herbalicious
and
margaritas.
You are behind the bar.
And then I've got to go do a Halloween party for the kids.
Halloween party again, but right now you're behind the bar and you're here to talk to everybody. So come on out, check us out, Champs, right now for the rest of the hour. Come get some free goodies here off of Mesa Road and 400. You are listening to the Dishing with Donna show. As soon as we come back, we're having giveaways. Giveaway time.
Do I get anything?
No, you're not eligible. Don't touch that dial. We're coming right back.